Hey guys, so I know it's already been a couple weeks since, but tonight I'm going to give you my look at E3 2010. So besides the fact that I'm a huge Nintendo fan, I think it's safe to say that Nintendo blew everyone out of the water this year. They are by far the best presentation, they have the best games coming for us, and really they have no competition. Nintendo is on top once again, exactly where they should be. Of course, the highlights of Nintendo were Zelda Skyward Sword, Metroid Other M, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Kirby's Epic Yarn, and GoldenEye 007. Now, I am a terribly devoted Zelda fan. By far, my favorite game of all time was Majora's Mask, seconded only to Ocarina of Time. I love Link, you know, he's kind of my soulmate. I was actually surprised that I wasn't as excited for the new Zelda game as I was for Donkey Kong Country. It looks like tons of fun. Take, you know, new Super Mario Bros., throw in Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and the crazy jungle and bananas, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. Skyward Sword I am excited about still because they haven't announced really much of the storyline, which is what I was mostly concerned about. Gameplay I'm sure is going to be great. It's the Wii, right? I know that Miyamoto is having some technical difficulties, but I mean, you have to expect that at a big conference. Some of the new weapons look pretty fun, like the beetle thing that you can, you know, like the eagle sort of in Twilight Princess. Kind of just a fun twist. The whip is a little interesting. I can't really picture Link using whip on anyone other than myself, but you know, I'm mostly looking forward to hearing more about the story. What I was hoping for was the rumors of Majora's Mask sequel. I was really hoping that that would happen, and so since they haven't really announced it, I can keep my hopes up for now. Not gonna lie, I was very pleasantly surprised when they announced GoldenEye 007 for the Wii. That was my first shooter other than Duke Nukem 3D. GoldenEye 007 for N64 was an extremely fun game, especially in multiplayer. Multiplayer was my favorite, personally. Graphics, you know, weren't the best, to say the least. No one can, you know, deny that it was a great shooter. So I'm really excited to see where this game's gonna go. I know, you know, the Wii is not the most graphically enhanced gaming system of all time, but the thing about Nintendo is you have the gameplay. Nintendo backs up their sort of okay graphics with excellent gameplay. You know, online multiplayer? Oh yeah! I was pretty shocked at Kirby's Epic Yarn. My favorite Kirby game, of course, was Kirby and the Crystal Shards. So to see Kirby as a little string creature walking around, you know, in a big fabric land, it's quite different. I always pictured Kirby as his little chef, you know, for King Dedede, cooking up stuff, but I'm excited to see where it leads. Kinda reminds me of when Mario went paper. You know, it was a big twist, but it turned out pretty well, so hopefully Kirby and his Epic Yarn will also be a great twist. As for Metroid Other M, I'm not the biggest Metroid fan. I mean, I did love the first game and Metroid Prime, but I can't say I've played all the games. It's an extremely popular franchise, as I'm sure everyone knows. So Other M looks like they're just going to expand on what they've already created, you know, with the Metroid trilogy and whatnot. I'm pretty sure it'll be good, you know? I don't really know a lot about it, but I'm excited to see where it goes. Nintendo also had a lot of other titles, like Epic Mickey. It puts you in a sort of action-adventure slash platformer game, with Mickey as the lead character. There were some other Mario titles, like a new Mario Sports game, Mario Sports Mix, and quite a few other just, you know, smaller games like Wii Party, stuff like that. Where do I start with a 3DS? I am very excited for this creature that is going to be birthed unto us. I do have a DS Lite. I didn't go for, you know, the DS XL, DSi. I really don't care. So 3DS looks like a big enough change that it's worth buying. 3D-ness, it's going to be really exciting to see that IRL. I know that just from hearing people who actually did get to try them at E3, they are pretty unbelievable. This isn't your Sony, you know, 3D glasses on your TV thing. This is legit crazy technology. You can actually adjust the level of 3D-ness with a slider. So I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. And I've heard some really exciting titles announced, like a remake of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and of course Pokemon Black and White, which weren't really talked about at E3, but there's lots of information about Pokemon Black and White going on. Now, Microsoft's biggest announcement this year was the Kinect. formerly known as Project Natal. This was a project that I was actually sort of interested in. Wii was cool technology, and I thought that the Project Natal would be pretty similar to it. But the idea that you don't need to use controllers, it's all really interactive with your TV. You know, the whole Milo project, that is what really intrigued me about the Kinect/Natal. So I was really disappointed that they didn't bring up really anything about Milo. They brought out some lame, you know, party games. It's really casual, so I was extremely disappointed with that. The technology for the Kinect is intriguing, but really the way that they presented it was not at all interesting to me, and I'm probably not going to spend the money on buying this whole new piece for my Xbox. Another thing was the new Xbox, the Xbox Slim, whatever it's called. Hopefully it won't red ring. Maybe that's a reason to get it. Other announcements from Microsoft were Halo Reach, which everyone already knew about. Everyone's already played the beta. Not much more to say about it. If you like Halo, you'll like Reach. I don't like Halo, so I won't like Reach. For any Call of Duty fans, there's Call of Duty Black Ops, which is coming out. Again, I don't care. There's way too many war games out there, way too many generic shooters that are all exactly the same. There's also a Battlefield Bad Company 2 expansion, which takes place in Vietnam. So that should be fun for anyone who played the first Battlefield Vietnam game. Gears of War 3, I actually did quite like the trailer. It looks fun. I mean, I'm, again, not a huge Gears of War fan, but it's a very popular game. Or, you know, it'll be a very popular trilogy. Not much to say other than you're killing big monsters. Now, Sony's presentation, I was disappointed with. Yes, I have a PS3. Yes, I play PS3 games. But, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a fangirl. Killzone 3, I think, did look quite good. Again, it's a generic war game. You know, war in the future. And seeing it in 3D was also pretty intriguing. The thing about Sony that really disappointed me, though, was the fact that they basically told you, okay, if you want to play our games in 3D, you have to buy a whole ton of glasses, you have to buy the 3D PS3, and you have to buy a 3D TV. That's a lot of money. There's a new Metal Gear Solid game called Metal Gear Solid Rising. Please don't hurt me, I'm not a Metal Gear fan, but it looks good. I did definitely enjoy the trailer. I never finished any of the other games. Sony's biggest announcement was the PS3 Move. It's basically just a Wiimote with a big light bulb at the end of it. The most exciting part of the Sony conference, of course, was GLaDOS interrupting the whole conference, shutting down the lights, and coming out to announce Gabe Newell, who then went on to tell us that Portal 2 is going to be available for the PS3. So I'm not a console Portal person. I didn't get Orange Box for Xbox, so I'm definitely getting on PC. But regardless, Portal 2 looks amazing. The world in Portal 2 is going to be extremely interactive. You know, it looks like a pretty destructible world. Walls can break, floors can break, you can suck things into vortexes with your portal gun, of course, at your side. You get a fun little robot partner called Wheatley, who's got a cute little British accent. I guess because GLaDOS is probably busy, you know, plotting her revenge. Too busy to be talking to you, that is. Also has multiplayer, which will be super, super fun. There's also Crysis 2, which will be available for a couple different consoles, which means it's going to be available for PC for a regular everyday PC, not just some souped up hyper beast of a computer. So although Microsoft and Sony really let down everyone at this year's E3, Nintendo saved the show. Nintendo is the king yet again. So expect a lot of fun games, and if you don't have a Wii, get one. There are crazy fun games coming out. E3 was alright this year. Nintendo was the only real big highlight, you know, Portal 2 as well. Unless you like Halo and stuff. Don't get a Kinect and don't get a Move. Please. Stick to a Wii. Other than this, I'm gonna be going to a couple anime conventions this summer, and my next really big video, other than some game reviews, will definitely be my look at BlizzCon. I got BlizzCon tickets, everyone. You bet you didn't. Ha ha ha. Bye bye now.